Well, hello, everybody, the Speculation Nation. I hope you are doing fantastic today and that you have a lovely weekend. And if you got questions, we got answers. Welcome to Codename Goodgame, the show that loves to speculate about the game industry, the things that we love about it, and just be passionate gamers and share our opinions about stuff. I'm your host, Sir Samurai Kibiji, and it is Tokyo Game Show week. And there's some other shenanigans with Ubisoft, and the first time in a while, Nintendo's totally basically skipped out in September, sort of. Yeah, there's stuff to talk about. So, but especially because it's Tokyo Game Show week, I genuinely wanted, like, what would be a great guest this week? I wanted somebody that I know is like JRPG nut, super into Japanese publishers or whatever, fellow potential anime lover, and I'm like, who would be the perfect guest? And then it came to me sometime this last week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need Onix. I need Onix from the Gaming Resume to join the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Onix on the show. Welcome to Codename Goodgame again, sir.
Hello. Hi. Nice to be back.
Yeah. And since then, like, there's I haven't had you on since like towards the end of 2022, which, funny enough, we talked about PlayStation last time as well. It was you, me, and Rudy. We were talking about like, I think it was the state of play or something. Or no, we were talking about the state of play that could have been. That's what it was.
Okay.
That's what it was. Yeah, because Capcom did something and Konami did something.
Yeah,
and we're like,
that's right. You're right. Yeah,
God, that was the last time. Man.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. So welcome back, sir. Now the person that runs Gaming Resume, and I don't know. I just feel free to introduce yourself to folks that have not met you before.
Yeah. So hi everyone. My name is Onix. I run the Gaming Resume over on YouTube and Twitch. I was a channel that was mainly focused on reactions for a lot of different content. It started off with a group of 4. Now it's just me. And as I've taken over, I've kind of tried to put my own spin. I created a series called, funnily enough, The Gaming Resume, where I do a deep dive into a developer, look into their, where they've been, where they're going, what they've done, and just kind of give an idea of like their journey, their resume, so to speak, right? I've done one video so far, very in-depth, very time consuming. I want to do another one on Satoru Iwata, which, he's like, I love that man. I think he's a great person to aspire to be. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, currently doing some reviews, doing some reactions, and working in the background on those kind of videos.
Was your last one, I think I saw this too, on that's a really cool series idea, man. Your last one was on the guy in charge of the Final Fantasy 14 team and 16, or
yes, yep, Naoki Yoshida, yep.
Yeah. That's a cool series, man. Like, and I can imagine if it picks up, like, people maybe go like, "Oh, I'd love to see one on this person or this person." Yeah. That'd be super cool.
That was the idea, actually. Like, it was early on, and I put a poll, and I just asked, "Hey guys, out of these 4 guys who are you interested?" They voted on Satoru Iwata, and that's kind of why I thought, okay, let's try that out. And when I looked into his resume and stuff, dude, that man has so much work, bro. It's crazy. His history is nuts. Like, I started writing a script and like 1,000+ words into it, I'm like, man, there's a lot to talk about with this man, but it makes sense. He was ex-president of Nintendo and stuff. So
yeah, I'm gonna put on screen for those watching live. This is Onix's channel, The Gaming Resume, and just to set us up here, because we're going to be talking about the Tokyo Game Show, and as you can see on screen, or if you're listening to this audio-wise, just like the most recent videos, you reacted to the Capcom program, more content on just Monster Hunter. I know we're going to talk about Monster Hunter because I especially want your take on stuff, and there's even a mention of Hunter x Hunter a few months back, which I know that was a while ago. I remember that game being announced. I don't know, man, like, you are just literally the person I am so stoked to have, just like to talk about Tokyo Game Show, if we even have much. Maybe we have lots, maybe we have little, who knows? But I couldn't imagine having a better person than you. That's like so genuine to me. So
that makes me feel good, man. Thank you. That makes me feel good about that, because I do love gaming in general. I just have a big passion for a lot of the Japanese side of things. A lot of their games really resonated with me growing up and kind of getting into this hobby. So it makes me feel good, So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. My first thing that I'm curious, like, this is a question to you. Of course, I see Crystal Wolf in the chat. I know that as a fan of yours because the last time you guys were on, Crystal Wolf showed up, and then there was another time you guys were on, Crystal Wolf showed up. That is your absolute spirit animal right there. But shout out to Supertone, Crystal Wolf, Dogtag Duke, and Rudy is watching. Onix,
Rudy?
you look and sound beautiful, he says.
I gotta pop out that chat. Hold on. There you go. Hey,
yeah.
What's up, Crystal?
I have it just on me because for some reason, whenever I go, I need to figure this out. Whenever I go to my web browser, it makes my guest go gray for some reason. I don't know. But I'm looking at the chat and I put a poll up saying, who is your favorite Japanese game publisher? And I put up who I personally think are the big four. And I would love your take, Onix, on who you think maybe is left out of this list or you would swap out. And I put Sega, Capcom, Square Enix, Bandai Namco. And so far, Sega is shocking to me. Shockingly leading. Sega.
That is
I was not expecting that. So anyways, I'm going to bring you back visually. But yeah, first off, do you have a favorite Japanese publisher?
First, I want to ask you, how do you feel about Nintendo? Is Nintendo a Japanese publisher?
So let me correct. Third-party publisher.
Okay.
Yeah. So third-party publisher. There you go.
I currently, I am like pretty even between Capcom and Square Enix.
That's what I figured.
They hold like my love. Like Monster Hunter is literally like one of my favorite series ever. And Square Enix obviously has Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and a bunch of other crap that they have. So, Bandai Namco is also good. They have the From Software stuff. They have a lot of licensed things as well. Like if you're into anime, you're gonna have some games under there. But I think currently I'm stuck between Capcom and Square Enix, man. Those two are like neck and neck right now.
Yeah. Like Rudy brings up a good point. Capcom is so versatile. It's true. Like Square, you go to Square for the JRPGs. Like they have the JRPGs. But Capcom kind of has like a little bit of everything, That's why I fully expected either Square or Capcom to win that poll. But why do you think people said Sega?
I was just gonna say that, right? So you think Sega, immediately you're gonna think Sonic, right? Sonic and everything that Sonic brings. But Yakuza, right, or Like a Dragon has blown up recently, right? If you're into the MMOs, you got Phantasy Star Online 2, which is a pretty big MMO.
Say the actual thing. You know what the actual thing is.
Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Now I'm drawing a blank.
We're not playing good game yet.
Wait, what's the actual thing? Why am I drawing a blank here? Help me out, man.
You'll never see it coming.
Oh my God. Atlas.
Yeah. Atlas. Yeah.
So I forgot. I literally focused on Sega only. Totally. Sega Atlas is a huge thing. And Persona, Metaphor Fantasia, which is coming out soon, looks so good.
I think Sega is the one that's like really made a like massive jump the past like decade, especially. Like they've just like totally kind of become a Capcom. Like they have so many different things that they do now that they're like, keep your eyes on us.
No, for sure. But, I mean, they're storied. They have 30 plus years of experience in the industry. So they have so many IP that some are really dormant, just like Capcom. Interesting to think about. But they are pretty close.
Of those four, I would probably say Square Enix. Also, I have no right to say Capcom because I'm sure you saw the tweet where I'm like, this is my first Capcom game ever.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on. That's why I was like, wait, so taken aback. So I'm like, hold on.
It wasn't like, ever. It was like of the past 10 years or something.
Yeah. So, it's just like, here goes Rudy, right? Capcom has Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, Power Stone, Dragon's Dogma, and that's just off the top of his head. There are so many more IP that Capcom has. So when you put that, I'm like, hold on, dude. Like, I know you've been gaming for a long time. How do you somehow not play these Capcom games?
I just don't know. And of course, the first 1 in 10 years I play is like, oh, it's because it's on Game Pass, whatever.
Oh no.
That's why it was Kinutsugami. And I'm like, I want to play that. Yeah.
Which looks really good. I have yet to play it.
It's fun.
I heard that it's a pretty good game. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're into Pikmin, like, yeah, it's for Pikmin lovers like me, for sure.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and speaking of Capcom, I'm gonna almost rely on you later for our like thoughts on maybe the Capcom presentation. Maybe even if we focus on Monster Hunter or whatever, that is something that you watched that I would love your thoughts on and to talk about. There's also some stuff about like Sony and not PS5 Pro, finally not talking about that, but just maybe how their show is. And it's also fun fact their return to Tokyo Game Show. I didn't know that. And especially later on, our speculation time topic is what is Nintendo cooking? Because I would love to get your opinions on that as well as the chat. But thank you all so much for joining, and I hope you have a good time today. And at the very end, Onix and I are going to play a good game that I am so excited about because
Me too.
Onix, I feel like you're the only person that I can actually participate in this game with. So that is why I'm very excited about that. No offense to the gaming duo or Rudy if they're here. Like they're still here. So, and if you can think of memory, then you know exactly what it is. So anyway. But okay. We'll have miscellaneous talk maybe a bit later, but let's just dive into it. And first, I just want to shout out the chat. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a good time speculating with us. And also, I'm just going to get this out of the way because for some reason I'm known as like the Xbox guy. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. So then the people that show up late will be like, did you see the Xbox deal? And they'll be like, well, we talked about that first. That's why you want to be at the start. So yeah. And so Xbox had their usual, I would say the past 4 years, Xbox showed up to Tokyo Game Show with a presentation, let's just call it, around 40 minutes, I believe. And a good number of games, I want to say it was maybe around 20-ish or something. Maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But yeah, and also, chat, if you're listening, let us know how audio is, please. But Onix, are you much of... Do you primarily play Xbox games on PC, or do you not really touch them, or...
Yeah. So, as of now, because I have owned Xbox consoles up until the series. I stopped owning Xbox consoles after the series came out. I didn't own one. I just got into the PC Game Pass ecosystem and I played them there. Recently, the last like 6 months to a year, I didn't touch much of Game Pass. I think the last big Xbox game that I played was maybe Halo Infinite, and I kind of just kept the sub going on for almost a year. Just kind of play. Right, yeah, right. And I kind of played a few, third party games here and there. Like I downloaded Ninja Gaiden because I wanted to replay that game and stuff like that. But I eventually thought I'll resub whenever I get back. Oh, thank you, Rudy. That's true. I did play a bit of Hellblade 2. I wanted to test it out, see how it ran on PC and things like that. And then, like I said, not much. So I decided to like unsub until they hit me with okay, here's the next Halo or maybe even the new Gears when that comes out.
Something major for you. Yeah.
Correct. Because like I don't, like I said, I don't have an Xbox anymore, but I love so many of their like original IPs from the 360 days. Like Halo 1, when that came out on the first Xbox, man, that was like vision. I love that thing. I played my Xbox more than I played any of the other consoles,
Yeah. So okay, so that's your brief history with Xbox, and then this Tokyo Game Show. What I put up my reaction afterwards, or my thoughts, I should say afterwards, is the point of this show is for Xbox to remind Japan as well as Asia, basically, hey, we're here, and we hope you guys like what's coming and everything. Yeah. And I basically asked you in the chat if you think they did that. And what I would instigate is, to me, to not repeat my impressions too much, I was very, like, this was exactly what I expected, kind of a thing. I watch the Tokyo Game Show presentation Xbox does every year, and it is usually always a pretty safe show. I think there was a time that they announced, like, a certain bigger Yakuza game coming to Game Pass, and I was like, whoa, that's a big get, kind of a thing. But for the most part, you're not going to see anything major happen there. And I was hoping that something like that would change this year, but it didn't really. But you still saw the partnerships. You saw Koei Tecmo, you saw Konami, you saw Square, and was that it? There was like the big four, I called it.
Square, Koei, Konami.
Oh, Atlas showed up with Metaphor. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
So they had good partners as well as a few cute, like, double A or indie level games. But is that enough for, like, I guess, because they don't have a booth either. Xbox showed up massively at Gamescom. They're like, yeah, it should come and check out our biggest booth ever. But we don't have a booth at Tokyo Game Show. We're just going to have this presentation. So I'm kind of like putting a lot on you, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, what do you think they showed up enough, or if they needed to show up better, what do you think, like, is achievable by them?
I mean, so let's look at the raw facts here, right? In Japan, console sales in general, unless you're the Switch, unless you're a portable device, they're not really good. They're just not good. Xbox doesn't necessarily have a dedicated console device to tout in Japan, right? Then also the Xbox brand has never unfortunately been really big in Japan to begin with. So you have a lot of factors that are just I don't think Xbox needs to do that much more than present right now, especially with the changes to TGS. TGS historically has changed. Previously, it used to be where you actually went there to get really big announcements. I used to watch TGS like in 2015, 2016, and like some big crap would come out of there. Now, I want to say maybe right before COVID happened, right before all these things started changing, before E3 died out and all this stuff, they changed. It now became a place where you just saw more of what has been announced in a little bit more detail, right? You have these 30.
That's a whole other topic, by the way. We should hit by the end because I forgot to say, like, I do want to compare to a good game show, but sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and I just kind of want to say that because I think that Xbox now doesn't really have to do more than what they did. They have to show essentially whoever is in the Xbox ecosystem in Japan, hey, this is for you. You know what I mean? This is what we have for you right now. It's gonna be hard to convert people because, like I said, Japan is so big on the handheld market that all the other consoles are suffering, right? PC numbers are surprisingly growing in Japan now compared to everything else. But if you don't have a handheld, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to grow,
Yeah. Crystal Wolf said, TGS, from how the in-person scene is, they return for that stuff. In a few years, I can see the big announcements happen one day. Well, the in-person, that's what I mean. I looked into that, and they don't have a booth there, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought was interesting, because I think you're right. Like, they did the minimal. They did the presentation to let people know, and especially a lot of, just that demographic, look at these things that are coming, including even some of our first party things that we're localizing, which is really cool, by the way. But what I guess, like, as the Xbox guy, what I would personally hope to see is just a level of bigger blockbuster moments that it just feels like PlayStation has with the peeps, like, if you ever, a lot of people want to see Kingdom Hearts 4, right? Yeah. I don't ever imagine Kingdom Hearts 4 showing up at an Xbox show. Maybe the summer showcase, but it's like, I just don't see that. I don't see, way back when they revealed Devil May Cry 5 at an Xbox, the E3 show. That was
huge.
That was huge. And it's like, I want to see that level again, but meanwhile, the example I thought of is this year is like, okay, PlayStation and Xbox get Capcom. Xbox, you get this Kunutsugami game. This game that, we're trying out, we're feeling out, we'll even give you it on the Game Pass. Yeah. Nobody knows it, but we're trying it. PlayStation, we're going to give you our next Monster Hunter game. and also, if we have anything Resident Evil, we're going to give you that too. And it's like, I don't know, maybe that's a whole other thing that I did way back where it's like, maybe that's just not the game. Like, PlayStation pays for marketing for certain bigger games and Xbox pays to get things on Game Pass. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what it seems like to me. And maybe that's why. But it would be nice at Tokyo Game Show if they did just have at least like one, maybe two big gets. Exactly. Like, just something big that a lot of people are going to talk about.
Yeah. And even though it's not a big AAA blockbuster, getting the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like those games, like, people really wanted those to be everywhere, And now that they're finally coming to Xbox, I think that should give precedent to a lot of people to really show not just Xbox, right? That was a good decision, but also to Square Enix. Like, we want more of your games. I said this at the Gaming Duo podcast. Like, this is the moment now where the Xbox community, that every time Sony gets some sort of exclusive with Square or a Final Fantasy is exclusive there, and I see it a lot on social media, like, they don't like it. They're unhappy. They want to play 7 Remake. They want to play 16 on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
This is your moment. I know they're old games and they may not, you may not want to play them, but they are Final Fantasy. And this is the moment to really show Square, like, hey, I really want to play Final Fantasy on here, guys. We're going to support it. 14 came out on there. I have no idea how many more subscriptions came out from putting 14 on Xbox, but that was also another moment to show Square, like, hey, we want more Final Fantasy on here.
Even if it's like 20 to 30% more, they've already said that, hey, these sales figures are not what we were hoping. Well, you need to put it on a bigger demographic then, or a bigger market. And like Rain earlier was saying, like, Xbox has a hard time to get Japanese games on the console without bigger Game Pass deals. And, and that's true. Like as you already said, Onix, like Japan and maybe even Asia too in general is covered with Switches and PlayStations. And that's why they want to market to those people, because they know they'll sell more there. But
and even
they're going to have to figure that out.
If you look at the PlayStation sales in Japan, they're not that impressive. Not compared to PS4. Yeah. PS4 sales in Japan at this time were far better. They were faster. They were selling more. Something changed in the last 5 to 10 years. And I'm telling you, I really think mobile gaming really took off in Japan as well, right? Their infrastructure when it comes to internet, when it comes to just like cellular data, right? It's really good. When I went there in 2019, I was impressed by the speed and quality of the connection. So mobile gaming in Japan already was huge. Now you have a handheld that plays console-like games that you can take everywhere. In 2019, again, when I went, you don't know the amount of Switches that I saw in the wild. Kids, adults, in the trains, on the subway, everywhere, just with Switches. I can only imagine how it is today. So there's a rumor that PlayStation now wants to do a console or a handheld to coincide with the PS6. Why do you think that is? They want to target Japan again.
They don't want to do a Portal 2?
Portal 2? No. Give me a PS Vita 2. I don't care. Just make it good,
Yeah. Baldy says now imagine a Steam Deck. Exactly. Yeah. Mobile gaming is starting to just hard become a thing for sure, whether it's phone or mobile devices, as there's so many PC things. I don't know. Like, basically, I hope Xbox figures out a way to make these bigger partnerships with Square and so on. And it doesn't even have to be exclusive. Just get good marketing, as they have had great with Sega. I think Sega, they have had the marketing. They always show, at least with Atlas and Yakuza, like they show the stuff with that. They haven't gotten Sonic, but they definitely have a good relationship with Sega, showing the bigger stuff. And I just hope that they get a little bit of that with Capcom and Konami. Well, they've been showing that. They show that this show. They started it with Metal Gear Solid 3, which is great. Yeah, so it's like, that's what I mean. It wasn't a bad show. It's just, again, I just wish there was like one big moment that everybody's going to talk about or something. Like even getting the release date for Metal Gear Solid 3, which we will just never get. So,
dude, what the
we will never get it. We will never get it. So, but anyhow, the other thing I wanted to bring up with you before diving into our thoughts on kind of some Capcom and PlayStation stuff is something that also isn't. It's funny. We're kind of like talking about. I don't mean to say like bad news, good news, whatever, but just this is just another thing that I think is interesting to point out. So Ubisoft was supposed to be at this show. They were supposed to have a booth. I believe, they were supposed to have a presentation. But Ubisoft for Tokyo Game Show not only backed out like at the very last minute, but also Assassin's Creed Shadows had a very, I don't want to say too last minute delay, but within a month of delay. And I want to show a little bit of this if I have, there you go. You guys see some weird ad on the side here. But so yeah, like I have an article up from Notebook Check and Assassin's Creed Shadows previews, or the preview event. Sorry, that's the other thing. That's the third thing. Assassin's Creed Shadows preview events reportedly canceled as Ubisoft backs out of Tokyo Game Show 2024. And this article outlines it. Earlier today, Ubisoft canceled its online appearance at the Tokyo Game Show due to various circumstances. And also, following this, the new information has surfaced via Insider Gaming. Fans of the Assassin's Creed franchise will be disappointed to find out that Ubisoft has reportedly canceled upcoming schedule press previews for Assassin's Creed Shadows. And this is before the delay happened, but now it is official that the game has been delayed. Now, I was just going to talk about these three things and what we think of that. But then, while I was working my muscles earlier, I did some digging, and I was listening to somebody dive into, I guess, this document from like execs or something, kind of explaining why this is happening. And we don't know what metric they saw, but they just clearly saw something about Assassin's Creed, or just something in general. Maybe it was Outlaws, who knows? But they clearly saw something that made them need to rearrange stuff, because also they're like, hey, we need to not only give Assassin's Creed Shadows more time to polish, but we also need to scrap that Battle Pass model. We need to make sure it is releasing day and date instead of giving early access. It's like they did a complete 180. We need to polish the game. And it's such a weird thing to hear any bigger company do. And I just wonder, like, what did they see? Because I don't know how well Star Wars Outlaw is selling, but the game reviewed roughly like 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I think it was Outlaws. I read somewhere, I wish I remember what the details were, but I read somewhere that it was Outlaws' how it's doing well, like their performance sales wise. And a lot of the conversation online, unfortunately, has been very toxic around Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows as well. But I know that their sales were not as good as they wanted, and the perception has been pretty critical. It seems like Outlaws' perception specifically, and how the general consensus is like, hey, this game is buggy, it's not polished.
I can't think of anything else. Yeah.
It has to be that. And because you got to think about it, not only is it a big AAA game, it's a Star Wars, it's a licensed title. This game should be doing great, man.
They were banking on this. I thought I was hearing reports of that like a year or two ago. Like they're really hoping Outlaws would be like a big deal for them. But wait, are you Assassin's Creed guy, Josh? Because I see Rain going, was a good choice to invite the Assassin's Creed guy to the topic. I don't know if
he's messing with me.
Okay.
I haven't liked Assassin's Creed for a long time. Black Flag was the last Assassin's Creed that I genuinely enjoyed. So when Valhalla was shown off, I remember reacting to it, and I told Rudy at the time, like, hey, this actually looks kind of cool. Never got it. Haven't played any Assassin's Creed since, again, Black Flag, but ever since then, he was like, oh, you think Valhalla looks cool? You are now the Assassin's Creed guy.
So what I want to bring up, though, is because I see, it's funny, because I've been seeing Twitter's Twitter. You know, I refuse to call it X. Twitter. I refuse to call it X. But I've been seeing some people kind of like chew out Ubisoft and go like typical Ubisoft, this is awful. Is this something to... No. Yeah, like, is this something to... diss? I think this is great. Like whether it was Outlaws or whatever, what is bad about this?
Nothing at all. I think people just want to hate Ubisoft, and I get it. I do understand Ubisoft has made a lot of bad decisions, right? From their scandals, their controversies, to like we talked about the lack of polish, pushing these games when they were clearly not ready. The fake, like what are they called, bullshots of like the first Watch Dogs. When we first saw Watch Dogs, it would like wow, blew our minds, and it came out and it didn't even look like that. They've had a lot of bad decisions, you know. And I think, but there is a point where it becomes disingenuous. You know, there's a point where it's like you're just hating to hate. And what they're doing with Shadows is very clearly the right move. They delayed it 5 months. They delayed it or 4 months, I think it was. And they're clearly going to polish it. They're going to try to really give a good Assassin's Creed, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Do you like this new date? Because it's making February kind of nuts. February has Avowed, Monster Hunter Wilds, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and there's something else I'm forgetting. There's like 4 big games.
New Like the Dragon. They're doing the spin-off with Majima. It's like an action game. He's a pirate that's coming out, I think, the same day as Monster Hunter Wilds. which is nuts.
My gosh.
Sega, what are you
In
doing?
fact, Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out on Valentine's Day, so this is going to be for the singles.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Like Shadows looked good, but like I said, I haven't played Assassin's Creed in a long time. The chances of me actually picking it up are very slim to none. So now that it's in February, forget about it. Forget about it, dude.
Really?
No way.
Oh well, yeah. Because it's gonna be so close to.
Oh yeah, there's too much stuff for you. Yeah, dude. When Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, I don't care if I'm knee deep in everything is stopping. Like my wife knows.
That's at the end of the month, right?
It is February 28th.
Yeah,
it's at the end of the month.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe something in early October. But if
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
if you're the first 2 weeks of March or even in March, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's done. Forget it.
Yeah. Raid says people can shit talk Ubisoft as much as they want, but most devs do open world games now. How Ubisoft designs them clearly works. Right. Like Ubisoft's games, they don't review bad. I don't know if they've been selling that great. And there is a note, I did see one of you guys point this out in the chat earlier, that another thing in this document is like, again, let's get rid of the battle passes. Let's day ones, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Also, let's get our games day one on Steam. And I did not know this, but apparently that's a thing. Like they've been selling their games on PC where you have to buy it through the Ubisoft launcher to play the game.
Yeah.
And I think they're seeing that situation, and it's like, we have to get our games on Steam. Look at what the hell freaking Wukong did. Like, we need to, even if we lose out 30%, we have to do that. I can, like, as a creator, I can somewhat relate to that because I know, by the way, I forgot to shout people out. I'll do that towards the end of the show, but like, I know people don't want to necessarily become patrons. They would rather do a super chat. And as much as I appreciate either or, just fun fact, super chat, there is stuff that YouTube takes from that. But if you get 10 super chats instead of like 1 or 2 patrons, you will probably make more. And that's kind of what Ubisoft is thinking, where it's like, we're going to lose a lot of commission, but we will make more because more people will buy it because they don't want to deal with our launcher. So we'll make that a thing still, but we have to go to where they are buying.
Yeah.
Steam is basically the fourth platform. It is. It's the fourth platform.
Absolutely. When Square Enix talks about multi-platform, right? Their aggressive multi-platform strategy, like they need, like Final Fantasy needs to launch day one on both, whatever console they want to put it on. If it can be on Xbox and they see a potential like increase in revenue there, then go ahead and do it. But it needs to be on PC as well. The market for, in PC, it's just too important right now to not put their games on there on day one.
Yeah, but to be on Steam, you know, like, and that's what I mean. It's really interesting. I really would love to know, what did they see with Outlaws, or if it was like early testings of Shadows. Like, I would love to see, but I am kind of into this because it's something I want Xbox to do, and it looks like they're starting to do that. But like, I love the idea too, that if you think about it, there's been like a nice little Ubisoft release every few months. Because towards the end of 2023, you had Avatar. At the start of 2024, you had Prince of Persia. And then towards the end of the year, you have Outlaws. And then towards the start of next year, you'll have Assassin's Creed. I love it when people spread their releases out so they don't end up killing each other.
About that? Nintendo's really good about spreading.
Nintendo's really good about that. And speaking of that, Rudy's like, Nintendo's the only one that isn't on Steam, but it's Nintendo. Xbox and PlayStation want a piece of that PC pie. 38 million active users is a good chunk of people. It is. It's a very good chunk of people. So.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow, I do want to know, Onyx, I'm going to pertain this to you.
Yeah.
You watched the Capcom show.
I did.
How was Capcom's Tokyo Game Show? I watched the Monster Hunter 11-minute overview or whatever, and I'm sure you have stuff to say about that. But how was the Capcom Tokyo Game Show?
Look, I'll keep it short, just like they did. I actually have massive respect for what they did with their online program this year, because I've covered with TGR, we've covered TGS a good I think 3 or 4 years, maybe 5, but each year we have gone there hoping for some really good stuff, and it's always been really poorly paced. They have rehashed everything. Like it's hardly ever shown anything new. Yep. You know, and that has always felt like such a letdown. Like, damn, I really waited for this. I made time out of my day to do this, and it was for nothing. This year they still rehash stuff, but dude, the like first 5 minutes was like, oh hey, we're gonna like, okay, the thing starts and it shows you they're gonna talk about Street Fighter 6, the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. Monster Hunter Now, and Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a nice 40-minute presentation. I'm sure the first 10 to 15 minutes will be about everything else. In the first 5 minutes, they went through the Fighting Collections, Dead Rising Deluxe, and Monster Hunter Now. And they were like, all right, let's talk about Wilds for the next 15, 20 minutes. I could not believe that they did that. They actually gave me a fast-paced show. They went through the rehashes very quickly and went into Monster Hunter, which is what people wanted to watch, want to see more of.
Yeah. Yeah. I will emphasize, and it's interesting because I was thinking about this because I was watching that overview when I was warming up for my workout earlier. And I will state that when I went to PAX West, that was easily the longest line there. There was nothing. Nintendo's came close, but that line was insane all the time. And as they were doing this overview, I was like, I wonder if everybody that was there kind of got to experience half of this. And I guess, okay, so in terms of that, I'm curious, you as a Monster Hunter person, was that fair to say? Or okay,
is this
okay? Well, did you play World and Rise?
I've been playing Monster Hunter since 2013. I've been playing since
you're like, let me do you one up. Why is Gamora? yeah.
Right. No, I've been playing Monster Hunter for a good decade, a little bit more over a decade. I absolutely adore the series, man.
So, okay, so I guess, I ask about Rise and World specifically because those were the two most recent entries
and
that weren't like the mobile. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And I'm wondering, like, as somebody that hasn't played those games, do you see any drastic improvements? Like, did you notice anything with the UI, or was there any like, or is it just kind of like a new biome and new creatures that you're excited to go against?
There's a lot. I'm trying to streamline this so I don't
like
ramble.
sequel wise if they
yeah. So because like Monster Hunter is very unique in how it plays and how everything works, right? There's really nothing like Monster Hunter. So the formula that they had crafted over the first 15 years, with World, they streamlined it a lot. They made a lot of things a lot easier to do. They made it a lot easier to just get in there and start your hunting by learning the mechanics, right? With Rise, they streamlined it even more. With Wilds, it looks like they're still streamlining stuff because they're adding certain things to make it easier for people. But they're expanding on the idea of the ecosystem, the environments, the hunt itself. It seems they're going more for an active idea of what a hunt is. The UI is different as well. This, for the first time in a long time, the health bar, which is usually just a very static thing that just changes as you get hit, will now reflect. I mean, you saw it.
I saw that. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. And it's like a heartbeat monitor or something. Yeah. Or a seismic wave. Yeah.
Correct. OG fans aren't exactly happy because the game is so reliant on the monsters, right? The monsters are so beautifully crafted that the tells for their attacks you see them in the animations. They are naturally embedded into how they move and how they interact with you as the hunter. So when they added that, the immediate reaction from the OGs is like, okay, why are you making it easier to see that? Like, you're going to make me pay attention to this instead of making me pay attention to the monster itself. I want to see how the monster reels back and you see him kind of doing something weird. Something's happening. They're kind of, but I think people are jumping the gun a little bit. I still trust them on what they're going to do, but overall, Wilds looks like a step in the right direction. It looks very cinematic, very, very, very cinematic, which was not a thing before. And it looks also, it looks like it's gonna be Capcom's biggest game ever, man. Yeah, it looks huge.
Speaking of Capcom, I kind of like skimmed through the presentation, and you're not kidding about like how they do keep it moving and they show this thing, because I've seen those old Capcom shows and they literally, I would be like, was Capcom's like the worst show? Like what is this?
Yes.
And just the way they do it. And this was a nice one. And I even, because I didn't realize time zones, I saw like Sega and Atlas. I thought theirs was like during this show, that I'm like, oh my God, it's Japan time. I'm an idiot. And I skimmed through their show, and it's like they're just kind of like hanging out on stage and whatever. And then they talk about like I saw like Stalker 2 on there, and I'm just like,
because they publish those in Japan. They publish Stalker 2.
Oh,
so a lot of the Western games that you see there is because they're publishing them in Japan. Yeah.
Oh, Oh, okay. Then that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the presentation style thing. It was kind of more like a panel, if you will.
That's typically how TGS is. They do a panel like experience where you have people.
I remember the biggest spoiler for Kingdom Hearts 3 happened, and it was during a panel, and I'm like, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this. It was the freaking Aqua thing. Yeah, and like we're gonna get there, but before we get to kind of this overview thing, part of the week too, like PlayStation's at Tokyo Game Show, but because Sony has finally returned to it, I did not know this, but I guess Sony has had an absence from it for a while, and they're back, and that's cool to hear, especially because it's home turf, and. They have a booth that has, I believe, around a dozen games and a lot of good games too. I think like Metaphor and Monster Hunter Wilds, they're part of that. And I guess I just kind of wanted to get. We're almost going to transition to it now, I guess. But what was I going to bring up? I mean, I guess it's a harken back to the Xbox conversation of just a note I thought of is like. PlayStation Presents has a lot of things going on for Tokyo Game Show, and this is thanks to you. I noticed this, where like you look at their schedule and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna present Death Stranding 2 this day. We're gonna present Metaphor this day. We're gonna present Silent Hill 2," and then it's just like, man, they're just like they're presentation panel thingies, but still like that's neat it's more presence,
footage, man.
Yeah, it's more of a presence to have at that show, and I think that's cool to see PlayStation return like that, and Nintendo. Isn't really there. They're at like the business and meeting area, I guess. Xbox again has no booth. So PlayStation's doing a good job of being at the show, and they didn't have a TGS themed presentation, but they did have the state of play earlier this week. And I don't know, I guess just general thoughts on the state of play, and then I'd love to talk about like just games overall this week that we may have saw. Or maybe if in terms of those PlayStation Presents, are you like looking forward to any of those? Actually, that's a good first question. Do you know about any of those? Like, Kojima Productions is going to show up with Death Stranding 2, and there is a Metaphor one, and I don't know if there's any of those that you're aware of you're looking forward to.
Death Stranding 2 was the biggest one that I wanted to see, because I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't seen any gameplay, right? It's only been cinematics, I think.
I want to say the last time we might have got like snippets, but I'm not 100% sure, but you might be right. It's maybe just cinematics, not like CGI cinematics, but in-game cinematics.
No, and I want to see if it's gonna be more of the same or what kind of crazy ideas he has, because that man is it's crazy but cool. I like him a lot. So I want to see Death Stranding 2. I want to see more of that, but Metaphor as well. The demo did just come out, and the game is out in like not even a month, like 2-3 weeks. So I may not watch that one, even though I'm interested in seeing it. Is
that a game that you're like, yeah, I'm getting that no matter what?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Then I'm with you. Then it's like, then I don't need the demo. My buddy always says that when he knows I'm interested in the game. It's like, yeah, that demo's out. I'm like, but I'm gonna play it. Like I don't need the demo. Like I know I'm gonna play it. So
no, of course, I definitely want to play the demo only because it's the prologue and it'll keep your save data and stuff progress.
That's fair. That's a good point.
The demo, people are saying it's between 4 to 8 hours. Which is insane. The prologue is that long.
Wait, is this like Final Fantasy 16 and half of it's a movie?
I think more. I did hear it's pretty heavy with the cutscenes, but just because there's just so much setting up in the prologue, that I think that's why they released it, because they knew like, hey, this is like 6-7 hours of content that people can play right now and get them hooked. So
Yeah, but I'll be curious about Metaphor. I had my Atlas adventure this year with Persona 3 Reload, and I can't do anymore.
Those games are long, man. They are
a commitment. And I saw like an interview going like, oh, well, this one's content is pretty much as long, like if not P5. Longer than Persona 5. I'm like, I'm not touching this. Not at least. I can only handle one Atlas game a year. Let's put it that way.
I'm definitely, I don't know how it's going to work out for me, because when I played Persona 5 Vanilla, I played it when it first released. I never got to beat it. I got to like 85 hours and something happened that I stopped playing it and I never went back to it. And it's not because I didn't like it. I actually really loved P5, but I just somehow found myself not playing it. I hope I can do better for this year. I hope I can, because that's gonna be meaty, man. It's gonna be a huge game.
Yeah. But yeah, generally, did you like that state of play that PlayStation did? I know a lot of people were saying, I was seeing the reception of it that like, yeah, that was really meh kind of a thing. And I personally am like, yeah, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but I thought it was good personally. I don't know if, are you different on that or is it kind of like tough?
I'm with you. I think
Okay.
people, when they see a state of play or any Sony show, if the first party games aren't there, it's like immediate, oh, this is garbage. Where's my first party game? And like these
Which
shows,
they figured out a great formula for that, by the way, because like the last one and this one, they sandwiched it. You know, they start with the first party and end with the first party. I'm like,
that's all right. Yeah,
it's a good way to make people realize like they can't say that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I tune into these shows for everything. Like you said, DMC5 was revealed at an Xbox show. Who cares? Like, dude, it's DMC5. Like, I just want to see cool stuff being shown to me. So in terms of that, I actually really enjoyed it. I gave it what we call a TGR Gold, which is essentially like a B, right? Like I gave it like a low gold, B minus, just because I think
that's about where I'm at too. Actually.
So some of the stuff in the middle was okay, right? But the stuff that I wanted to see hit, and the surprise of Ghost of Yotei,
dude.
And I'm not even a huge Tsushima fan. I like Ghost of Tsushima. It's a very good game, but I wasn't like blown away like a lot of people seem to be. This game looks really good, man.
So I want to jump in on this because now, and again, Chad, I want to know, this is my question to kind of transition us to the overview of Tokyo Game Show is, what was any games so far this week that was a really big highlight to you? I would love to see that from C2, Rudy, Rain, Crystal. Like, if you guys have any, just what was your kind of game of the show this week so far, or just trailer, or even like one that you think maybe I really like this and I want to shout it out. For me, that's like, I keep forgetting the title of it. It's that one. It was the Xbox show that you like, you're playing as these blocks helping each other. Shit. Get something nice.
Know what you're talking about, man. You
I'm so mad. I downloaded it. I could never remember the name of it, but it's just this really cute game that like you play as these blocks and it's up to 4 players and you help me out, but you're helping each other out. I don't know. But anyway, that's like that's a low key shout out of mine, but we could bring up, like obviously Ghost of Yotei is a shout, and I think that is definitely the shout, arguably, of the PlayStation show. I don't know if you disagree with that.
Well, I'm a little biased, right?
Sorry. We got a date.
That's it. I actually I told Chat, I was like, if I get a date for Monster Hunter Wilds, I'm gonna shit myself on stream. And lo and behold, I actually did. No, I mean almost. But I was so happy because like I just wanted a date, and they gave it to me 5 months from now, roughly. I'm going to be playing the game. So that already made me very happy. Ghost of Yotei was just like a very unexpected thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a big fan of Sucker Punch. I actually love the Sly Cooper series and Infamous. Like Infamous 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games on PlayStation 3. And what I told the Gaming Duo yesterday while we talked was also that Sucker Punch is really good at sequels, man. Sly Cooper 2 was a marginal improvement. Not marginal, was a big improvement over Sly Cooper 1. Same thing with Infamous 2. Infamous 2 was a big improvement over 1. I genuinely think Ghost of Yotei could be the game that I really like. Because again, I like Ghost of Tsushima, but I wasn't blown away. Ghost of Yotei might actually blow me away.
So here's a good question, because I love that you actually are referencing Sucker Punch's history, because I'm really curious about, like, there was a statement that I forgot which part of the team said this, but they were basically saying, Sucker Punch, that Ghost of Yotei is our actual entry point to the Ghost of being a franchise. Right, we actually want this to be a franchise, and that's starting with the movie that's directed by the John Wick director. Holy shit.
Crazy.
Like, yeah. I looked at that dude's history, by the way. He is like the producer on 20 different things right now, so he is in the business. Really? But his next directorial project is Ghost of Tsushima, and but yeah, Ghost of Yotei, the movie, and I guess I wonder, like, because you just listed some good stuff from Sucker Punch. Does that kind of make you a bit like bittersweet if I might not get Sly Cooper, or I might not like if they're just doing Ghosts, like,
I mean, the last Sly Cooper game came out on PS3. It's been a long. I think it was PS3. I know Rain played it, so you can correct me if that's wrong. But it's been a long time since we had Sly Cooper 4. And Infamous, literally, again, that was a PS4 launch title, essentially. Haven't had a new Infamous since. And that's kind of the problem with Sony, right? When you create these new IPs and they blow up, they kind of don't care about the past. Killzone is dead.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because we have Horizon. You know?
Killzone is like such a perfect game for the multiplayer. Just get a shooter. God damn it. Yeah.
The hours I put into Killzone 2, I loved that game. Like they have a good basis there, but for some reason Horizon blew up. So they forget them.
You're right. Like if they get a new thing, then it's like let's just focus on this. Like I get it.
Because Infamous was such a good series, man. I really enjoyed those games. You know, and now again, Ghost of Tsushima is good. I'm hoping Yote is everything that they wanted to do with the first one, because that's kind of how their sequels have been. It's always like they have a concept and they implement it well, and with a sequel, it's like, okay, this is actually our original vision now fully envisioned. You know,
I want to shout out what Rain said. Sony should do it like Nintendo. If they don't want to use their own studios for games like this, give it to someone else. Nintendo does it with Mario, Zelda, etc.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what people want. I think that's what the Xbox guy, that's what I want freaking Microsoft to do with goddamn Banjo-Kazooie. They won't do it. They just won't do it.
Dude. Oh, Banjo.
They just won't do it, you know, like
Nuts and Bolts was such, I don't want to say it's a slap in the face, because whatever, they had a vision for Nuts and Bolts. It is what it is.
They just won't
Come on, man. Come on, man. Just let someone do it. You had Toys for Bob do the newest Crash.
I do want to shout out, actually, in that vein, because there was a moment from Xbox, as we're just kind of talking about a few like standout moments to us now, is like StarCraft. StarCraft is getting just, I don't want to say a resurgence, but StarCraft is a franchise that's had nothing, I feel like, in a very long time. And then here we are with, hey guys, it's coming to PC Game Pass / Ultimate, and it looks clean. It looks like the remasters. I don't know if they had remasters, but the footage looked really clean. I was like, this looks like it's from today. And I'm thrilled about that. And also it just being a moment, like it being, they didn't make the Crash Bandicoot remaster trilogy be a moment. It just happened over X and Twitter. And I don't know, like it makes me wonder, and plus Phil was wearing the shirt too. He's embracing the memes. And it makes me wonder, like, are they testing the waters? I don't know, but I thought that was really cool that they, I don't know, kind of gave StarCraft a moment is what I'm getting at. And who knows, maybe it's them testing the waters.
Yeah. And it belongs to them too. That's the thing, right? That is their IP now. Right.
Yeah.
You got to flaunt what you have. And I remember when the big purchase with Activision happened, like Phil was very excited about getting those IPs. That was one of the things that I thought, well, you know what? I'm not big into the buyouts, but at least we have somebody here that seemingly wants to pull out some old stuff and make new stuff out of it. Granted, they've had a Rare for a long time. And like you said, we haven't had Banjo yet. So I don't know.
He even acknowledged it, man. He even said, Banjo fans, I hear you.
Come on. But yeah, so, we will see. I
did see a rumor that like there's a third person StarCraft game in development, and if that's the case, oh my god,
wasn't it like the potentially like StarCraft Ghost, right? Like maybe bringing it back or something like that.
Oh, dude.
Because do you remember StarCraft Ghost from like way back in the day?
No. So
StarCraft Ghost was going to be a third-person shooter stealth game based in the StarCraft universe with like a female main character that looked like Samus Aran.
Oh.
This was being developed way back on PS2, GameCube era, and they
Still
just
by Blizzard?
pushed back. Yeah. This was by Blizzard, and it eventually just got canceled, like before it ever released. So people have loved to have wanted to see that, but maybe they'll go back to that. I don't know.
Maybe
that'd be cool.
Maybe. And thank you to C2 earlier. You Can Always Use Help. That was the game that I was thinking of. You Can Always Use Help. I can never remember that title, but that's the block game I was referring to. I think it looks cute.
Okay.
But I do, and also Threads of Time. That was another game at the Xbox show. I thought that looked really cool, and it's funny because people pointed out to me. I'm like, man, this looks like Sea of Stars, like straight up. And then people pointed out, it looks exactly like Chrono Trigger, and then I'm like, that's what Sea of Stars was basing off of.
Right.
So it's like
I gotta look at that one. That one doesn't sound familiar to me, but you just mentioned Chrono Trigger, and I'm just like, okay, well, hold on, I gotta pay attention because I love that game.
Yeah. Threads of
Threads
Time.
of Time?
Threads
I'm
of
gonna look it
Time.
up.
Yeah, it's one of those like 3D pixel art style things, but they have like anime scenes in between. Which is basically what Chrono Trigger does. Like, yeah, it looks super cool. That was probably my game of the show of that show. Honestly, I know I keep talking about All You Need Is Help, but that was a really impressive thing.
Okay.
And I don't know if anything else has. I thought PlayStation's Hell Is Us. That was cool.
That looks really cool. At first,
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a weird relationship right now with Souls likes. Like, I like the series and I love what From Software does, but like I'm kind of burnt out on the subgenre because there's been so many. If it is a Souls like, which I don't think it is, but if it is, I'm gonna be a little bummed out because I yearn for like just action adventure games or character action games or like your DMCs, your Ninja Gaidens,
I wonder if it's even a Souls-like, though, because the way it
It may
looked,
not
it's
be.
just like
Yeah.
super atmospheric. That's what I liked about it. I'm like, this is a game I feel like I could just turn off the lights, block out the world, and just kind of be immersed in kind of a thing. It just felt like that to me, and I don't know if that's what they're going for or not, but it just seems super cool.
Yeah.
Was there another shout out you had?
From the
From
state
anything
of
you've
play,
seen this week?
I'm trying to think. Oh well, I mean, yeah, here you go, the JRPG guy. Lunar Remastered. I never played those games, but as a kid, I used to see the ads on my gaming magazines all the time. It always like caught my attention. Yeah, when I saw it being remastered, I'm like, dude, yes, please keep bringing these old RPGs back because they deserve a second chance,
I wonder if this like pixel art rebringing back situation would have not happened if it wasn't for oh god, what was the Square Enix thingy? Octopath Traveler. I wonder, was that like the kick? It feels like that was the kickoff to this.
I think so because they did the whole HD 2D or 2D HD thing and like it looks so beautiful. Dragon Quest HD looks amazing because of that. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D whatever. You might be right. I think that led to them like because Square started bringing back the Final Fantasy pixel remasters as well. Could be.
Maybe. And to which like a lot of people will like Octopath Traveler like you have to thank them for sure.
Yes,
I want to read some people's highlights, but yeah, C2 earlier said Threads of Time and Ghosts of Yote was the highlight for them. And Rudy Astrobot did well, right? After they killed the Crash game, no?
Crash 5, yeah. So I read that report. Rough, but yeah, Astrobot it did really good, yeah.
I mean, we'll see. Do we still don't have sales numbers for that, do we?
We do not.
God damn it! I want to know.
I hope it did at least $1 million to $2 million because
I crunched the numbers. If they got at least $1 million to $2 million, then it should be profitable unless they spend a lot of marketing. But which maybe they did. But Rain said, "I'm excited for that Pirate Yakuza game. Looks more like a character action than ever."
Yes. Looks really cool.
Yeah, and Rain, can't wait for the Horizon remaster. I don't know. Hey, if you actually are, then cool. But
he's lying. Don't believe him. He's lying.
You're lying.
He's lying.
And Rudy follows it up. It's going to be fantastic.
Dude, the Horizon. The one thing that I'll give that remaster announcement is that they are giving you a very easy path to upgrade if you have the PS4 version. It's $10. That's it. Clean. Keep it. That I will commend any company that does that. That's like, hey, you bought this shit 7 years ago. $10.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. I will commend that.
But I do think it's a little bit weird that I don't know if you saw this, that they raised the price of the PS4 version before this game launched. And I'm like, that's effing stupid.
It's very scummy.
Really messed up.
It's very scummy. And this should also show you that a digital only future will suck. Oh my God, it's going to suck.
Yeah. Yep, that's we're teetering on big shit there. But speaking of which, just one more comment about Tokyo Game Show, because you and I have watched it somewhat in the past, and it's not what it used to be, but I don't know, like it's still a time that you can get some updates on some stuff, but I do wish it was as it once was, but maybe that's just how things are now. Ever since COVID, sadly, all these events kind of just suffered. And I do think in terms of the events themselves, like if you're going there, Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom, they seem great still, but in terms of the presentations and for us, the internet, it's not what it used to be, but I don't know. Any final comments on
Yeah.
that? Especially because you have
I'm-
history with it.
yeah. No. I mean, I agree. Right. I think the hole that E3 has left, you feel it everywhere. Like it used to be that you could, sit down, make a reaction video for E3. You knew you were gonna hundreds, thousands of views, and now it's like nobody's watching this
Tons of
stuff. And they are.
content.
Don't get me wrong, people are tuning in, obviously,
Yeah.
but things have changed. Like I think somebody, I saw it earlier. Somebody was saying that the presentations were waning. It's to a point now where there's just not the big bombast of the past E3s, and TGS also went that route. Again, TGS was never as big, but there were some big announcements and big reveals to happen at TGS. So it is unfortunate, but I think that this is the future, and it does give you a if you care to see how it plays in the culture, right? To see how the Japanese present their games and how they talk about their games. That's a chance, an opportunity to see that.
Yeah.
But if you want to see it from a purely entertainment perspective, then it's I mean, it is what it is. It's just not going to be the same, I don't think.
Folks, we're at the hour mark, so I want to hit what is my big speculation time topic, because we see a lot of people at this show, and if you even look at the exhibitor list, there is a lot of people actually on the floor, like I was saying earlier at Tokyo Game Shows. A lot of people on the floor. Where's Nintendo?
Oh my God! Yeah.
What are they cooking? Because this, I thought about this actually like just yesterday, and I'm like, oh, I want this to be the speculation time topic, which is basically something that we can just kind of talk about for a moment. And I just want to point out that this is the first year, I think since the Switch launched, that there hasn't been a not just general Nintendo Direct, but even a Direct period.
Yeah.
And because the last Direct they did was Indie World and Partner Showcase put together, and that was at the end of August. That was the last thing they did. 2020, they didn't have a Direct either. However, they did have, like, I think there was like an overview thing for Paper Mario the Origami King. I believe there was something for the Breath of Calamity or whatever it's called. I want to say there was an Indie World or a Partner Showcase too. There was stuff. But this is the first time in September that Nintendo just kind of took a pass. And I think we know potentially why. And they're not at Tokyo Game Show either. The only thing they have at Tokyo Game Show is a business and meeting area. I guess they're at like the networking spot or something, whatever that means. But that's interesting. They're not on the floor. They were at PAX. I went to PAX West, but that's just kind of to engage with people and give people to play, whatever. But no showcase or presentation for the month. So I want to know. I don't know. Like I guess them taking an absence. Are they just not going to show anything until it's time? You know what I mean? Like, are they going to hold everything until it is time to go, this is the Switch successor? That's obviously what I'm building up to here. And it's like, we know they did confirm the Switch successor will be revealed before the end of March next year. I don't know when that'll be, but I guess like there's so many factors, because I'm just wondering, like, okay, so I guess the first question, do they reveal it before the holiday season?
That's a good question, because the question then would be,
that would like thwart sales, right?
Will it actually? Does it even matter to Nintendo at this point? How many friggin' Switches have they sold? Right. You know what I mean? How many more million can they sell this winter? I don't know.
Because I will say, sorry, when they had the Wii U, they didn't worry about that, because like, well, we already we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. We need to sell this thing, baby.
Yeah, but right now they're like 12 mil away from being the highest sold console of all time. So do they hold out or not? You know,
honestly, I think at this point, it is very surprising. But hey, we have Monday. Monday is the 30th, right? Maybe they'll drop it. No, I will be so mad. We have Monday.
I mean, and for
No.
reference, like they revealed the Switch originally, I believe it was October 17th or 20th.
Yeah.
So October's coming up. And then
Yeah.
the system came out March 3rd, 2017. If they wanted to completely copy that system, then we get the Switch 2 revealed next month, and it comes out. It may be in March, maybe April, who knows? But they could literally just copy the strategy. But I wonder, do they? And also, the fun part to me is the potential blowout. Because what are they holding on to, you know?
No, my like idea, but what I think they should do, which is nobody knows what Nintendo wants anyway, but reveal the Switch 2 very similarly to how that Switch 1 reveal was perfect. It showed you exactly what the system did in like 3 minutes. It was one of the best things I've ever seen in terms of like, I get it. And that was obviously a direct response to the Wii U reveal. The Wii reveal was met with confusion. People didn't know if it was a peripheral or not, or a new system, or just something you add on to the Wii. They said, no, we cannot have that happen again. And they did it, right? I think with a Switch 2, they don't need to do that anymore because it's going to be it's just the next Switch. This bad boy is going to play your Switch games. They're going to look better, and it's going to play Switch 2 games. Have fun. You know, maybe it'll have better Joy-Cons. Maybe it'll have a better screen or something. You know, it's not going to be OLED. The first rumors were they're going to scrap OLED for LCD to save on costs. But you know, so focus on that. But really, you got to have the heavy hitters, man. You got to have your big hits. They're not going to have Breath of the Wild. They're not going to have another Zelda. We know that because Tears of the Kingdom just came out. Was it last year? Holy crap! It was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So
what?
We're not gonna...
What is that Mario team cooking up, baby?
Thank you. No 3D Mario since if you want to count 3D Mario. Fury, if you want to count Bowser's Fury, okay, fine. Let's go ahead. Even if we count that, it's already been like 3 years since then. Like, what have you been doing for the last 4 or 5 years? Right? You know they have a new Mario game coming up. They have to. That would absolutely be massive. The Mario Brothers movie
as a launch title, dude.
Launch title, new 3D Mario game, man. I doubt it's going to be Odyssey 2, but
yeah, you know? But just a general 3D, like just the next Sunshine, the next 64, so on. Yeah.
And what Rain said is perfect. Breath of the Wild Definitive Edition. The bad boy's going to be at 4K, 60 FPS with maybe some Tears of the Kingdom quality of life updates. Here you go, baby. There's your Zelda day one. Oh god.
And that's kind of like diving into like what the console itself could do, but just a quick comment on that is because my wonder about, I guess the thing that's holding this game back, the system back from being revealed potentially is like, do we want to stop our holiday sales? It's as you said, we've already reached like the third highest sold console of all time. What does it matter? And we already have such a huge install base. We're set. But if they did want to reach that and pull like a James Cameron Avatar, you know,
right?
I think the way that it would work is you teased at it, and Breath of the Wild Definitive Edition, you know, is like, it's just that, I hate to make this comparison, but it's the PS5 Pro option where they will eventually have cross or exclusive titles to it, but I think this first year or two, just make it the highest option. Have games still run for the Switch for now, and then that'll help you still get Switch sales. They'll be cheaper, and that's what will entice people to buy them, potentially. Like if Lite is 200, regular is 300, and this is 400, that would be neat. But who knows? Maybe they'll just go full-blown, no, exclusives. But you at least have to have backwards compatible. If you're not going to have cross-gen titles launch with it, at least have backwards compatible.
I'm trying to think of a time where Nintendo had ever done cross-gen, and I don't think they ever have.
No.
The Switch.
This would be a first.
Like, if it did cross-gen, and that's why I don't think they will, simply because Nintendo just genuinely does not want to compete. Miyamoto himself said in an interview, it's like, we don't compete with everybody. We just want to do what Nintendo does. And then,
but the business of it though, Onix, is that they have 140 million people to sell to, and do they just abandon that? That's the benefit of.
Yeah, I think BC is going to be a big thing. Like, hey, all of your library, the eShop will transfer over. That's what they need to do. If they tell you, hey, every single game you downloaded, every single game you bought, you can play it here, and it's gonna look better.
So,
Ooh.
and I agree with that. But what I'm saying is like, because I think they should do that. But that's kind of for us. What I'm saying is like for them, if they do, say, let's just say, Super Mario. Earth, whatever. I don't know. Super Mario Earth comes out, and it's an exclusive launch title to the next system.
Yeah.
Okay, great. It's going to be top notch. It's going to be super powerful and stuff. However, they are just going to be selling to 10 million people that buy it in the first month or whatever. If it's a cross-gen title, they're selling to 140 million plus 10 million people. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm wondering.
It's a good point.
If they make that call to just let their first year be cross-gen or not, because if they don't, because I'm with you on backwards compatibility, but if they make their next coming games, that's what I mean, their upcoming games, next-gen exclusive, that will sell the system more, but they'll also not be able to sell to those 140 million people that bought their previous system.
Yeah, and well, like we discussed already, right? This is the first time that potentially Nintendo has a system really similar to the previous, because even with their handheld history, like the Game Boy Color to the Game Boy Advance, right? Very different, use different cartridges. However, you could play the Game Boy games on it.
Yeah.
Right. DS came out and it had a Game Boy Advance slot on it. Right. But it was still a very different format. So every time it's changed. Even the 3DS played DS games on it, but the cards were slightly different. So this is the first time in history where Nintendo has a console that might be really similar to their previous one. I actually hadn't considered even the idea of cross-gen because they've never done it.
They've never done it.
So now that you're saying that,
and that's what a lot of these other people are. That's what everybody's trying to do now. They're just basically trying. We need to get on Steam. We need to get on Xbox. We need to get on PlayStation. Like everybody's starting to do that. And again, Nintendo beats their own drum, but it's just they've never had, other than the DS, they've never had a system this successful. And even with the 3DS, I think the 3DS. Well, they did make exclusive titles for that, but they
did. No, they did have a lot of exclusive on 3DS, but that was when they had their branches. They had like their handheld side and they had their home console side. They merged them for the Switch, which was a beautiful idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good it's a good conversation because it's like what do they do?
But it's like, especially in terms of Tokyo Game Show right now, them being absent, and I think Rudy said earlier in the chat, like the last time they might have been at Tokyo Game Show was 2014 in terms of like maybe a booth. If that's true, that's insane. I find that hard to believe actually, but like it's just they've been absent September for the first time in a long time, and I am so excited for the idea if they are holding on to stuff like. How much is Nintendo holding on to? How much? Because they have 3 games that they're releasing towards the end this year, and we know Metroid Prime 5. We know there's a Pokemon, the next Legends game coming. There has to be something Mario they're going to release in the first year, I would imagine. Like, just how much stuff is Nintendo holding on to that they would skip a September Direct and potentially have that October review. I don't know.
You know what, dude? You shit. Metroid Prime 4 is actually a really good example. Metroid Prime 4 has already been announced. That cannot be a Switch 2 game exclusive. That has to be on both. So that one will definitely have a Switch 2 variant where it'll probably run better, look better, and everything.
Yep.
I didn't even think about Metroid Prime 4. No, Metroid Prime 4 is 2025 Portal Player.
Yeah. 2025.
Yeah, wow, I didn't even think, dude. Man, I think you may have made a good call with that. I think that the first year,
just for the first year or two, that's all. Like they're not going to stick with it forever, but just for the first year or two, maybe. Like if I was a businessman, I would be shocked that they don't do that. I did a whole video about this, but it's just especially in this particular show that we're talking about. Yeah, them being absent from Tokyo Game Show, and them
no
not
September
doing a September Direct of any kind whatsoever. What is Nintendo cooking?
I don't know.
And that's kind of exciting.
Legend
to think
Arceus
about.
too. Was Legend Arceus announced for next year, or was it just kind of like it's in development? I forget.
Well, the next Legends game. It's one, Legends Z or something like that.
I forgot what it was.
I think they said. I don't remember if they said a year. I want to say, But what's interesting on that trailer is that they did just put Nintendo. They didn't say Nintendo Switch or anything. So that was interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they have that, I doubt it. But if they were to have that game launch with the new Mario, with Zelda Breath of the Wild Definitive or whatever, and maybe this is pulling the biggest of
that's what they did for the 2017.
I know
they did that. Like 2017, they're like, here's a Super Metroid remake, here's Super Mario Odyssey, here's Breath of the Wild, here's a new Kirby game, here's like it was just they were popping off.
Was really good. That first year was incredible. I mean,
it was there was a new Yoshi game. Yeah,
just having Breath of the Wild as a launch title, and then 6 months to not even 9 months later, you have Odyssey. That was like the perfect 1-2 combo, man.
Yeah,
it really was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and Rudy's like, they needed to convince gamers because the Wii U underperformed. Exactly.
Just a little bit.
But they're in a different
14 million, dude.
Yeah. But they're in a different circumstance now.
Oh yeah.
Portal Player Switch was mostly remasters, remakes in the first 2 years. There was new games, but there was a lot of remasters and remakes. I will admit that.
I mean, dude, they so during that Wii U era, they made so many actually good titles. They had such good software. They were like, we can't let these games go to waste. And I was a Wii U player. My Wii U's still here. I love this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just didn't so well. They just had to bring it over. They had to bring that over to the new console. So makes sense.
Let's see too. But this is what I mean earlier. If they do make exclusive titles, it'll make people buy it. They're gonna release a Fire Emblem, and I'm gonna be forced to get the console. But that's what I mean. Like, that's the power of it being a next gen only thing. That it makes people need to buy the system. But in this case, Nintendo just has so many people they would miss out selling to if they did that. So who knows? Maybe they'll have like a couple. Who knows? Maybe they'll like half and half it or something, like Metroid Prime 4 and maybe something else like a Kirby game or something. Who knows? But
I think Mario would have to be cross-gen too, just because of, like I said, like the Mario Bros. Movie was such a success. Mario is in the limelight right now again. Yeah. So sell it to everybody.
Yeah. Folks, I would love to see if you have any other. I wanted to call this now our moment with the chat before Onix and I play a good game. I'm so happy to have Onix, by the way. If you were just joining us, this is Onix from the Gaming Resume. He is a absolute badass, and I wanted him for the Tokyo Game Show conversation because if you literally just go to his channel, it's in the description. You will see why I have him here. It is perfect. So, but yeah, any moments with the chat before Onix and I play a good game? I did see Steffi finally a new DK or Odyssey 2. There needs to be a new DK game. There needs to be.
It's been so long.
I'm so tired of no DK, no new,
just Tropical Freeze, right?
Yeah,
that was the last one.
For the
2014.
Yeah.
God,
yep.
Man. Yeah.
Just no new Donkey Kong, no new Star Fox, no new F-Zero, no new nothing.
Star Fox Zero. Oh my god, I've never played it. I've always wanted to play it because I absolutely adore Star Fox, but they need to. That's one remastered that I'm surprised they didn't do. Clean up that control scheme, put it on the Switch, man.
Yeah. Also, hello, Portal Player. You said hi to me. Hi. Wait, let me do this again, full screen. Hi. Okay. And also, while Steffi's here, I do want to shout out, and I usually do it at the start of the streams, I especially want to shout out, this has been a pretty intense week for me in terms of content creation. I skipped a lot of adulting that I really need to catch up on, and I just really want to tip my hat to just the patrons that support. Thank you so much. Steffi was here, and Capone. Those are like the two basically sponsors to the channel, but there's also Foxled Crudel, I never say that name right, Joey Strike, Madsen, and Ninja Air. Those are my top tier peeps. Thank you guys so much for what you do. If you feel like joining them, we're gonna have a game night Sunday. If you want to join us, then feel free to head there. Just lowest tier gets you access to our Discord. It means so much to me, guys. But any other comments before Onix and I do a Codename Good Game of the game?
I don't know why I'm a little anxious. I'm like, oh my gosh. I feel like I'm
Dude, I'm so excited. And yeah, I always try to get to this point around an hour to an hour 15. So we're a little over that, but so far doing okay. Right. Portal Player, they seem to make a lot of Kirby games though. They do. Kirby games are up the wazoo.
They sell well. Kirby games sell well.
I would say the trio is Zelda, Kirby, and Mario for sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
and
at least one of those games. And what?
Splatoon Splatoon 2 and 3 sold really well, man.
Oh,
When
okay.
they're like in the 10 to 20 million, something like that.
I think, look, the Nintendo Switch made everything sell well.
Yeah, that's true.
like
That's very true. That's
Metroid
very
is
true.
having a resurgence thanks to the Switch. And that's why I'm saying, give your old IP some love. You have over 100 million people in this marketplace. Pikmin 4, it outsold all three
Yes,
previous
I'm so happy to
Pikmins
see that.
in like
So
the
happy
first
to see
10 days. Like that's the power of the Switch. Pikmin 4 outsold all three of them in 10 days or something.
Yeah. No, Metroid Dread, Metroid, a series that has historically sold awful, did the best ever with Metroid Dread. Like, yeah, it's great. The Switch power, baby.
Yeah. C2, do you think that Ubisoft is going to be sold off? I know Onix hates that idea for sure. And I would too. I'm with you. I would too. I hate that. I don't want to see any more specifically publishers.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If it's an indie studio that doesn't have anybody, sure. Hopefully to a good company. But yeah, I am totally not for any more publisher shenanigans. But Ubisoft, we'll see. I personally think layoffs is more likely, and I would imagine after all the Activision stuff, Microsoft is like, look, that was such a freaking hassle. We don't want to do that. That was such a goddamn hassle. Yeah. So I don't know if they want to do that again, but so I'm going to say no for now. Is it possible? Yeah. Sure. Creature, how do you think the poll in the beginning would have gone if it was given to the Japanese audience? I want to defer to you, Onix.
Sega, Capcom, Square, and Bandai, right?
Yeah.
Bandai is huge. People actually.
I didn't ask you. I forgot to get your answer to this. Was there a fifth one that you think was missing? Because it comes to mind for me.
I had said Nintendo simply because, but then you
third party.
Yeah. So no, I think those are the biggest one. Fifth.
Yeah.
Damn.
Those are for sure the biggest, but I almost put Konami in that list. But I'm like, they're not. You know,
not today. Not today. Maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, like Konami, Koei Tecmo. They're like the like they're runner up, sure, but I wouldn't put them in the bigs.
But I think to the Japanese audience, I look at Bandai. I think Bandai's huge. Bandai has a ton of IP, man. Ton of
basically anything Shonen Jump.
Exactly, anything anime. Bandai's gonna have it. Armored Core, or From Software now as well. They've been publishing a lot of From Software games, so Bandai's pretty big. But I think it might be Bandai or maybe Capcom. Capcom has really like turned around, man. They are at the top of the game, so I think those two. I wouldn't say Square too much, just because they're just not buying Final Fantasy games in Japan like they did before. So I would say, if anything, Capcom or Bandai, maybe Sega, maybe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Portal Player, yes. A Switch 2 seems it's going to kick everyone's butt again. I mean, in sales wise, yeah. It's all they have to do is just make a successor. That's all, which is how they're phrasing it. Bally really, Pikmin 4 was so damn good, though. It was. I miss Pikmin 4. There's a phrase of something like it's the Spider-Man one. Everywhere I look, I see his face, and I just see like just the dog from Pikmin 4 or something. I do, man. I love that game so much.
I'm honestly glad I had the reception it did, because dude, I didn't play Pikmin 4. I've literally played every single Pikmin game. Just didn't, for some reason, 4 came out at a bad time. Didn't play it, but I'm just happy that everybody loved it and it sold so well, because I
so many years later.
Yeah,
because the last one was 2013.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say 13.
On the Wii U, dude.
Yeah. So 10 years later, did good. And one more for Rudy. I don't think that'll ever happen. Ubisoft will go private before it's bought outright. Yeah, I would believe that. But in today's world, who knows? But yeah, I would hope that is the case. All right. So, and yeah, Rudy's advocating for you to play Pikmin 4.
You're right.
It is, and he's right. Like Rudy's saying in the chat, it's such a culmination of the series. It is. Like I could say that as a Pikmin guy. Like it is. It literally culminates everything that was good about each of the entries, and that's like good. All you can ask for, like the newest thing for sure.
Right.
So Onix and I are gonna play a good game, and this good game. And I need to figure out. Okay, I need to figure out how to do this, because whenever. I know how. Okay. Basically, Onix, what we're gonna do is play Guess That Theme.
Oh, last time I did well. I remember we played this.
That's why.
I did well. I don't know if that's going to happen again.
We're at the part of the show now where I like to end the show with something fun to kind of just wrap it up and just kick off our weekends and end everything with. And we're just going to play a good game. It could be 20 questions. It could be over and under. I have something fun, very planned for the Game Awards. But today it's going to be Guess the Theme because, Onix, the last time I had every guest on the show, you were like thebomb.com. And I'm like, dude, if I have Onix on, I need to do Guess the Theme with him because he's the only one I can compete with.
Listen,
every time
dude,
every time I do it with peeps, it's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna like let the theme play, and if you don't get it by the end, and I know it, then I'm gonna take the point. That's been like my handicap version.
Yeah,
yeah, and it's worked. It's been a great one. But you are on it. Shout out to CB and Titus. They were also very good. But Onix, I'm gonna do Guess the Theme with you. And while I do, I need to make sure. B-roll. There's Onix. Where's me? There I am. Okay, cool. I am making sure, because, yeah, it's going to be interesting to make sure you will be on stream somehow. And also, yeah, so I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see. Share. Go live. And then you have to let me know if you can, oops. And I should have troubleshooted this beforehand.
Do you want me to look away? I can look away.
No, you're good. Okay. But you see my stream?
I do.
Okay, and you chat currently, you see Onix, but there's going to be moments like right now, if I switch to, yep, now he's gray. Okay, so that's the part that I'm going to have to figure out. So, Onix, we're going to do a sound test, and this is just a practice one. So if you guys haven't done Guess the Theme, you're just basically guessing a soundtrack within 15 seconds, and then the game will be revealed. So, for example, I have B-roll up, and I'm going to play this. Onix, let me know if you can hear it. This is just a practice one.
I can hear it. I know what it is.
I know what it is, yeah. So, we're going to do a version where whoever says it first gets it. And I'm going to lower the volume a little bit so I can make sure you are heard. Can you still hear that?
The game, yeah, the music.
Okay, yeah. Oh, by the way, it was Mario. So, all right.
right. Dude, that's icon. That's so iconic, man. That's
yeah. So this is the hard thing that I need to figure out to do Guess the Theme, especially, is getting you on the stream. So that's going to be a challenge. But chat, if he's not on stream, just know he is here with us. So visually, he's not here visually, maybe, but he is here with us. So everybody in chat, count us down. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Onix, what we're going to do is the first 2-5.
Okay.
Or best out of 15.
Okay.
And I'm gonna want the chat to help, but I will. Yeah, actually, chat, you're gonna help. Steffi, you're here. Steffi, I need to just basically make you a moderator, but I need you guys to keep track. So you're gonna be our scorekeepers and judges. If Onix and I say it around the same time, you're gonna have to be like, okay, that was Onix or something. So, all right. Steffi says K. Thank you very much. All right. So, without further ado, here we go. First track. Not this one.
Ah, man. That song is still so nostalgic to me, man. So many memories. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I don't know this. I'm just going to guess Brave Fencer Musashi. I have no idea what this is.
I think it's an anime game. I don't know which one, though. It's Ultimate Ninja!
Naruto.
It's Naruto Ultimate Ninja.
Yeah, okay.
So that's one miss. So we're going to whoever gets 5 or best out of 15. So
okay.
I see people going like Halo 3. All right. So it's one missed.
Mario Kart 8?
Damn it, I think you're right. Oh, I think you're right.
If it's not Mario Kart 8, it's Smash Bros.
Oh, I think you're right. I don't even have a guess. God damn it! All right, Onix gets the point.
Hundreds of hours I've played this game.
I would only be able to recognize one theme from it. I'm gonna... Oh. I'm gonna... I have a random guess here. I'm gonna guess Warhammer 40k Space Marine 1.
I have no idea. God of War. I don't know.
I would have lost my mind if I was right. I would have lost my mind.
Oh, Supertone got it in chat. They recognized it.
Yeah, it's Injustice.
Nice.
Okay. So that was also, Steffi, we need to figure out how to like out of 15. That's going to be too hard. So this was our third one, right? I think this was our third one.
This was our third one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So far, Onix still winning.
That sounds very Sega. That sounds so Sega. You know it?
No. Oh, Street Fighter 2. God damn it!
Close.
I knew it! I
freaking... Not even Sega.
Damn it! I freaking knew. Knew. I was like, he said Sega, but I didn't want to say it out loud. I'm like, I think it's Capcom.
Oh, yeah, NBC, damn.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Steffi, this is great. Thank you. 0 out of 3, 1 out of 3. That's awesome. Okay. Thank you, Steph.
That is awesome, yeah. Oh, there's something. I think this Transylvania something about the stream lagging. I'm not sure if.
Is somebody. Oh, I don't see this video lag. Video is fine. Yeah, it is Creature. Is it? Let me see.
Yeah, it seems like it's lagging a little.
Yeah, I'm rewinding a little bit. It is lagging. Let me see if that's on my... No, stream quality should be good.
That's weird. Yeah, I see the lag.
Audio is good. Visuals are laggy.
I'm going to refresh my stream and see if it fixes it. No, it did not.
Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience.
It could be. I know sometimes with OBS, sometimes like a lot of the switching around will do that to me. I'll start getting issues
currently,
with that. Shut up.
Currently, kilobits are still green. Let me make sure. I don't know how to improve that, but I see YouTube saying, "Hey, you're having issues." Well, this might become a podcast then, folks. Oh, I see. I'm frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Oh, I have one more idea, and I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. Let's try it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop my recording, and maybe if it's a PC issue. And now it's taking forever to stop the recording. Okay.
It could be an OBS issue. It genuinely could be OBS. OBS is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I have stopped recording, so that saves my PC a little bit. And I still see the error. Well, if that's the case, gang, we're gonna, it's fine. IMO, the audio works. Yeah, we are probably just gonna have to make this an audio thingy. But okay. So, anyways, yeah. Appreciate you guys' patience.
Don't give up. It's looking clean. It's looking clean. At least on my end. Let me put it live.
Okay. Yeah, I stopped the recording, so I'll have to figure out how to...
It fixed it.
Awesome.
It fixed it. You can just screen record from YouTube if you have to. That's what I've had to do.
Yeah, that's what I end up having to do if I like forget to record the beginning or something. So it's probably because I'm switching around, even though I have like a $2,000 PC. But anyway.
Dude, OBS is just not good.
Yeah, I might have to switch it. But anyway, scores were 1-4 Onix, and 0-4 me. Sorry about that, folks. Thank you very much.
Oh, dude, it happens. Happens to me all the time. Zelda Ocarina of Time.
God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! You're freaking right.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
what
you're
like. I don't know, like another game.
No, that's 100% Ocarina of Time. God damn it! See, this is Onix. Yeah. This is exactly why. I got you to do this with me. Perfect. I have a challenge. All right.
It's like that first little jingle, dude. Ooh.
I know
Ooh.
it.
That just sounds like lo-fi. What the fuck?
Shit.
Is this Def Jam Vendetta or something?
It's on Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic. It's a Sonic
Oh,
DX.
that's a good guess.
God damn it! God damn it! Okay. It sounded like one of Knuckles' raps, you know?
Yeah.
And I even heard like Chow, and I was like, "It's Knuckles! It's Knuckles!" Yeah. I got nothing.
No, same. Fire Emblem.
Watch it be something we both know.
Yeah, right. Oh, Dissidia.
Oh.
I've never played Dissidia. Never
Okay.
have played it, but I do.
I was about to say, how dare you not know this?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Kingdom Hearts!
Kingdom Hearts! Shit! Damn!
Oh my god!
I think you said it first.
I was gonna be so mad if
You know
like
my problem was I started fucking singing. I started singing the song like, no way, idiot! Stop!
I did that same thing before where I lost the point because like no, it wasn't me, somebody else sang it, and I was just like, dude, you don't get the point for singing it, you get the point for saying it. Oh yeah, Raid. Kyrie's inside me? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. I knew, like the second I heard it, I think I panicked and I was like, if I don't get this, I'm gonna be mad.
Damn. That was good, No, you got that for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Finally got a point. God damn. All right.
But also, hold on.
Ooh.
Birth by Sleep.
I mean, well, this is the Birth by Sleep. Well,
they
both use the same Kingdom Hearts 1 and Birth by Sleep. They both use the same.
I think that would be a little unfair because it's like, totally.
Yeah. If you said either Kingdom Hearts or Birth by Sleep, you're good. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm on the board. Out of 8. All right. More than halfway. Shoot.
Yeah. This song is friggin' incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a fighting game. I'm gonna guess either Virtua Fighter or Tekken.
Well, which one?
Tekken.
I'll say Fatal Fury. Okay.
Oh my god! I love Dead or Alive! No! Damn it! I knew it was a fighting game though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that.
Fuck! Street Fighter 2!
God damn it, you're right. You're freaking right.
It's Guile's theme, I think.
Yeah, you're freaking right.
Fuck, either Guile theme or character select. One of the two. I think it's character select.
You're like, let me get this, let me get the theme.
Your actual
Let me get the actual track. Yeah. Actually, Onix, it's turbo, so you don't get the point. Just kidding. All right.
Yoko
This
Shimomura
game is hard, C2. I mean,
did you know that Yoko Shimomura composes?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, man.
Wii Sports.
Damn.
We were both kind of talking there, but I'm taking it because I'm behind.
Yeah.
Is Onix at 2 out of 9, Steph? I think he's at 3. I think that was his third point.
Should be 3.
Yeah. Okay, she's got it. Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's, well, if I'm right, we know I'm right here. So now it's 2-11, 3-11, I think. Steffi, thank you very much, girl. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Wii Sports. Okay. So
Yeah,
I
totally.
believe it's
Totally.
2-11, 3-11. I think that's what's happening. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Yeah. Okay.
2-11.
4 more. This is close.
Hell yeah. Oof.
Shit.
Ooh.
Shit.
I don't even
Crap. I know it. I feel like I know it. I'm gonna say F-Zero. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
TMNT.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been so long since I played this TMNT.
12. Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Shit! You're right! No!
Yep.
Oh, damn man!
Yay.
Yeah, so brawl.
It's that choir. It's like, this one you have to say Brawl.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't. Yeah.
Dude, Uematsu composed a song. Like, come on.
Yeah. Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I would argue easily the most iconic of the themes.
Yeah, I think so too. Melee's, I mean, I love Melee's, but yeah.
Melee, yeah. Probably runner-up for sure. But I think Brawl's theme is so...
Dude, you tied it up, baby. We got 2 more to go.
I did. This is close. What if it's a tie? Oh, my God. All right, here we go. 2 more.
Super Mario World.
Damn it, you're freaking right. I was gonna say Yoshi, but I'm like, it's not Yoshi.
You're not wrong though. I believe this is the first level you play Yoshi.
Oh, but that's not the game. Freaking shit. Yeah, Super Mario World. All right, unless I get this, Onix has it.
I know. Oh man.
And then we have a sudden death.
I know.
Rudy,
Rudy,
if Onix, if you didn't get that, okay. Shh. Okay. I feel like I know it. God damn it.
This could be so many things. This sounds like MVC 2. This is like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Holy shit.
I'm gonna say Super Mario Golf.
Oh my God. Okay, One Piece. I didn't know your musical games. Harry Warrior 3.
We're both completely off. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Okay. Right.
Well, cool. Regardless, Onix got it, so well done.
Woo! Thank you.
I have an applaud sound for the stream. You can't hear it, but yeah. That was a good ass. That was a good game. No, that's what I hope. That was a good game. You literally won it by a hair, and we were somewhat neck and neck.
Dude.
Yeah. Like, you sandwiched it though. Like, you got the start and the end. So I just came through in the middle. But random game, damn. Yeah, we had a Naruto game and a One Piece game.
And a One Piece, yeah. And they're both Bandai Namco, man. I'm telling you.
They're both Bandai Namco. Folks, we're gonna wrap this up with that. I hope you had a dazingly dandy good of a daisy time with us today. Onix, thank you so much for being here. I don't know, like it's been a blast. I apologize. This has ran for a good deal past an hour and a half, but I hope at least you had a good time, that you can give the fam a good hug, and I just appreciate you so much, man. Is there anything parting words you want to give the audience before we head out?
No. You know what? Thank you guys. Thank you for your audience for being so fun and welcoming as well. I appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope your gaming is good. Play Monster Hunter Wilds when it comes out. That's it.
Okay. Hey, if you guys haven't bought an Astrobot yet, buy Astrobot.
Yeah, there you go.
like if I could do my PSA. Yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. It's been great to speculate games with you. We will be back next week, where we will see where can we find you, Onix, at the Gaming Resume, of course, which is in the gaming description, which is in the description.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic dude, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend, and be geeky and proud, be awesome. And next week, I'm gonna be climbing to the top of a pole and screaming through a mountain. Thanks. Bye.
What?